Hello everyone, welcome back to Lucky15, and in this video I'll be giving you my Lucky15 predictions for tomorrow's horse racing action as normal on the channel. Before we get stuck into those, I just want to reflect on how our latest selections ran, which was on Saturday. It was quite a disappointing day in the end. We had no winners, nothing to write home about. All of our selections really didn't make the frame. There were a few shocks in those races as well, and really it was quite disappointing. So hopefully we can put that behind us. We've been in good form recently, but like I said, hopefully we can put that behind us and have a good day tomorrow. Also as well, if you see some of my work on the punters page, I did quite well there at the weekend. I had a nice winner over there at 6-1, had a decent couple of each ways as well, so go and make sure you see my work that I do over there, as last week I tipped up a 20-1 and a 12-1 winner for them, and also as well quite a few other decent tips, so go and check it out if you haven't done so already. So enough of me waffling on, we'll get straight into the action, and we go to the first race on the card in the UK tomorrow, and that's at Brighton in the 2 o'clock, and I'm going with a horse here, no surprise, Livvys Dream. I thought it was a solid option tomorrow. It's around about 5-4, best odds I've seen out there. Trained by Charlie Hills, Jim Crowley booked for the ride, who was champion jockey back in 2016. This horse won on its handicap debut towards the end of May at Leicester, and quite good style in the end. Was a little bit of an outsider that day, winning at 16-1, but nonetheless got her head in front. Now this horse was running in some good company as a 2-year-old. It was running against the likes of Bye Bye Baby, Alt in Order, horses that were destined for group and listed company, and off a mark of 67 tomorrow. If it can show like it did a little bit of ability in those races, you've got to think still it's very well handicapped and on an upward curve, and where the trainer does well at the track as well, Charlie Hills always does quite well at Brighton, always pays to follow his horses there. I thought he could go quite well tomorrow and was definitely the one they all had to beat. So that's going to be the selection there, Livvys Dream in the 2 o'clock at Brighton. We don't have to wait a couple of hours for the evening action, but there's some good evening action on tomorrow from Windsor and Pontefract. Our second selection comes in the 5:50 at Windsor, and we go to a horse called Awesome. It's 3-1 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by Clive Cox. Adam Kirby booked for the ride, who's normally his #1 jockey booking. Both trainer and jockey often do well at this course, especially Clive Cox. I think he's top trainer over the last 5 years at Windsor, and he always gives you a healthy profit stake to follow. Now, last time we saw this horse, I actually backed it on my Chester vlogs. You might remember where it finished third, tipped it up each way, and in that race it finished third behind a horse called Foxtrot Lady, which is trained by Andrew Bolden, and that horse has since franked the form by going on to win at the weekend, or I should say it was on Friday at Carlisle, where I tipped it up on my own Twitter feed, and that was a really good performance that day. And that horse Foxtrot Lady as well has got some good form timed in behind a Wokingham horse, which is going to Royal Ascot. So the form of that Chester run was not a bad performance by Awesome, and I thought tomorrow it should definitely come on for that. It was a promising 2-year-old filly, and I thought there was still a lot more to come, and it showed some good signs of improvement on that run at Chester. So I'm going for this selection, which is around about 3-1 best odds out there at the moment. We then go to Pontefract for the 8-10 with a horse called Manjaam, around about 11-4 best odds I've seen out there at the moment, trained by Ed Dunlop, who's stable in pretty good form. Ed Greta X is booked for the ride, good jockey booking. This horse won well in a handicap at York last time, which was quite competitive. Time before that it didn't run quite so well at Ascot, but that race was a little bit of a hard race to have any form in, because you needed to be drawn well, and unfortunately that selection wasn't drawn well that day. But the horse that finished second in that race at York has subsequently gone on to run a good race at Epsom, which is trained by Sir Michael Stout, a horse called Across the Stars. And that horse, like I said, ran a good race at Epsom, meaning the form of that York race wasn't working out too bad. And there have also been a few other decent efforts from horses in behind our selection, Manjaam, which ran at York. So you like to think it definitely took a step up in improvement last time, and I thought tomorrow, even though it is a bit of a trappy affair, I thought Manjaam was the one he had to be on, and I thought 11-4 he could win for us tomorrow at Pontefract, so he's going to be the third selection there. Then go to Windsor tomorrow for the 8:20 with a horse called Come On, which I'll probably be saying to the television in the last race of the day for us. It's trained again by Clive Cox, and Adam Kirby is booked for the ride in the colours of Paul and Claire Rooney. Good horse racing owners to normally follow. You might recognise their colours are blue and yellow quarter jackets, and I thought tomorrow this horse had a really good chance of going very close. Second last time out when we saw it over the course and distance, splitting a subsequent winner, which went on to follow up at Haydock, and also as well the horse of Gary Moore's Hollywood Road went and followed up recently. So I thought really that form was working out quite nicely, and there was still a lot more improvement to come from this horse. It had a good campaign as a 3-year-old when it won at Brighton. Was a little bit unlucky here and there last season, but it's still really lightly raced, unexposed, and I thought tomorrow at 2-1 it was a good thing to be on. So not many decent long odds horses tomorrow, but some horses where I think they have some really good chances tomorrow, and hopefully I can give you a few winners from those selections. So that's all I got to say. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel here at Lucky15. Also check out my work with the punters page as well. Please follow me on Twitter at Lucky15 if you haven't done so already. So that's all I've got to say. Please gamble responsibly, and we'll be seeing you soon.